Morganite Archetype are a series of cards that offers a deal so tempting, yet so terrifying, it'll warp the very fabric of your dueling strategy. And not just till the end of the turn, but till the end of the duel. Meet the Morganite cards. They promise boundless power, like drawing twice or attacking twice. However, the cost? Well, say goodbye to your precious hand traps. That's right, by playing these cards, you are no longer able to use cards like Karibo, Ash Blossom, and Joyous Spring, and of course, no more Max C's. Hand traps are known in the modern day for being essential for gameplay for most decks. So without them, can the Morganite cards keep up? Well, the Morganite archetype is unique in Yu-Gi-Oh because it's almost entirely composed of normal spell cards. Their identity is built around a single powerful and permanent restriction, which is when you successfully resolve any of the main Morganite spells like Time Tearing Morganite, Succumbing Song Morganite, or Guilt Gripping Morganite, you gain a massive game warping benefit that lasts for the rest of the duel. However, of course, as soon as the Morganite cards resolve, you are now no longer able to use monster effects from your hand for the rest of the duel. In a sense, the Morganite cards act as a deal with the devil. You're creating a pact with each of the stones, trading something of value for a little part of your dueling soul in order to receive power. And let's be honest here, the kinds of decks that use the Morganite cards, well, those are the kind of players that probably have sold a little bit of their dueling soul away to the dueling devil, Zork, if you will. Right, so you're telling me not only do they get 2 draws, 2 summons, tribute without costs, attack twice, no cost for summoning stuff, but they've got all these floodgate cards on the field as well. So now with this, every time I special summon a monster, that monster goes to defense and its effect doesn't work. This won't even let me special summon monsters. This is ripping cards from my extra deck. And now this is stopping me from using for any special summon monsters. Okay, cool. Cool. I didn't want to play the game anyway. So what are we getting for this massive sacrifice? Well, each Morganite gem grants a different boost. Time Tearing Morganite grants the ability to draw 2 cards instead of 1 during your draw phases. It also gives you a second normal summon or set each turn. This card is unadulterated speed and card advantage, and it is the most popular Morganite card that is used because double draws every turn. Who's going to say no to that? Succumbing Song Morganite is for the aggressors. It lets your monsters make 2 attacks on other monsters every turn, and it doubles the battle damage your monsters inflict when they attack into other monsters. Say hello to huge unexpected finishing blows with this monster, and it gets better a bit later, hold on. Finally, with Guilt Gripping Morganite, this card breaks the rules of high level monsters, letting you normal summon level 5 or higher monsters without tributing. And as well, it also completely eliminates the need to pay life points for spell and trap card activations. That right there is a card that gives you instant boss monsters straight to the field, and those solemn judgments you have to pay half your life points for. Don't have to do that anymore. However, that's not all. Each of the Morganite cards also possesses a graveyard effect. By banishing Time Tearing Morganite, you can discard another copy of itself in your hand to make your opponent incapable of activating monster effects when you normal summon this turn. By banishing Guilt Gripping Morganite, you can reveal a Morganite card in your hand to then put that card on the bottom of the deck to draw a new card. Finally, Succumbing Song Morganite can be banished in order to add a Morganite card from your deck straight to your hand. Following this, 1 card in your hand is placed on the bottom of your deck. Now, the archetype isn't only spell cards. They have 1 monster, Morgana, the Witch of Eyes, the puppet master behind these magical gemstones. As the orchestrator of this forbidden power, Morgana is your key to consistency, if you will. When she's summoned, she immediately lets you add any Morganite spell from your deck straight to your hand. While on the field, she possesses incredible defensive ability, as she can banish any Morganite spell from the grave to negate an opponent's attack. However, her ultimate ability is if you have 3 or more Morganite spells with different names that are banished or in the grave, all the opponent's monsters have their attack become 0. It's the final brutal payoff for committing to the deck's unique costs. And remember, if all 3 Morganite cards have been used, this card can attack twice and deal double battle damage. Now, outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, the Morganite gems are based on rare varieties of beryl gemstones. These consist of Morganite, which is pink, Emerald, which is green, Bixbyte, which is red, Aquamarine, which is blue, Maxix, which is unstable blue, Heliodor, which is yellow, and Goshenite, which is colorless. My question then becomes, will we get the rest of the Morganite cards added to this archetype? In fact, let's see how creative you all are. Let me know in the comment section below what names and effects you'd give the remaining Morganite cards. And don't forget, the names have to have the same letters. For example, Time Tearing, Succumbing Song, Guilt Gripping. And as well, the common theme of all the Morganite cards is that they double something you would normally only have one of with its first effect. Draw 2 cards, 2 normal summons, double the damage of your monsters. Now, in-game, the lore gets a little bit juicier with these cards. Morgana's name and title are a nod to Morgan Le Fay, which was a powerful enchantress from Arthurian legend, a figure often associated with powerful and even sinister magic. Immediately, this is fitting already. Morgana gives off that kind of witchy vibe, but there's a little bit more to this. Morgana has an upgraded out of archetype form, a fusion counterpart called Azamina Mo Regina. I never know how to say this monster's name. Regina? 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 You tell me. Now, this monster has many bird, specifically crow-like characteristics. This is because Morgan Le Fay could shapeshift, with the crow being one of her most common transformations. Outside of the Morganite archetype, Morgana is actually quite heavily tied with the Diabellstar lore. She is seen in her upgraded form in cards like Play the Diabell, Sinful Spoils Awakening, Azamine Determination, and as a Sinful Spoils weapon in Sinful Spoils of Slumber, Morion. So it's clear Morgana has a little bit of a shadowy appearance in a few different archetypes that she appears in, and I wonder what she's up to in them. Well, we cover a little bit in the White Forest archetype video I made, so if you want to learn a little bit more about that, I would definitely check that out. However, overall, while the Morganite archetype is quite small in size, it makes up for it with its raw power, at the cost of giving up your ability to use hand traps. Now, a Morganite deck skeleton is hard to give advice for, because you can actually play these cards in anything, as long as it doesn't involve needing any cards in your hand to use their effects. However, unfortunately, the most common use for these cards is in one bad day decks, floodgate decks, where you basically, because you can normal summon big monsters, you can get out your Vanity's Fiend, your Majesty's Fiend, or your Vanity's Ruler to stop your opponent from special summoning monsters, doing double summons to get your Fossil Diners or Inspector Borders to stop them from using effects or special summoning monsters as well. And then you've also, with your double draws, more likely to draw into your Solemn Judgments, Warnings, Strikes with their payments completely got rid of thanks to your Morganite cards. Same with Skill Drain, which is also negating your opponent's effects. Yes, essentially, this is kind of what a modern day Morganite deck looks like, as it can't really be played pure at the moment, and this is what you'll most likely see on Master Duel. It's a high risk, high reward strategy. It asks you to abandon the safety of your hand traps and commit fully to a pure turn-by-turn advantage engine. It's risky business, but the payoff of drawing 2 cards, being able to double normal summon, and dealing double battle damage for the entire duel is a powerful trade-off that's hard to beat. Are you brave enough to take the deal? Let me know in the comment section below which Morganite card you would activate first. But other than that, don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this, and thanks for watching. Catch you later.